students, welcome back. After a long gap, we are again continuing our class. In today's class, we will discuss about the topic that is pressure in fluids. Till the previous class, we have discussed about pressure in solids and how it can be increased or decreased. So from today, we will be discussing about pressure in fluids. Now, what is the meaning of fluids? Generally, what we think is fluid means liquid, which is what we think. But fluid is something which flows. So, it is liquid as well as gases. So, both the things they flow, so they are considered as fluid, liquid as well as gases. So, now over here, we'll discuss about fluids in detail. So, suppose we take a solid body and we keep it in the tabletop. So, what we do is a solid body will exert pressure downward. If I keep a solid body, a heavy body in my hand, then it will exert pressure on my hand. But what happens in the case of a fluid? Fluid cannot be kept in my palm because it will obviously flow. But when we keep fluid in a container, suppose in a glass. Okay? So if you have a glass and if we keep some liquid over here, okay, keep some liquid over here in the glass, then this liquid will also exert pressure. Okay, it will also exert pressure. I told you when we keep a solid in our hand, it will exert pressure downward because the weight of the solid will pull it down. But in the case of liquid, what happens in the case of liquid? Because liquid cannot be kept at only one surface, it needs a wall kind of a thing or a surface where it can fit properly. So this liquid will exert pressure in all the direction, that is this side also towards this side of the wall and even downward. So fluid exerts pressure in all the direction, unlike solid which exerts pressure only in one particular direction. So this is one thing you need to remember. Now we'll discuss about one experimental demonstration which I cannot show you right now, but I can at least explain. So for that, what we have taken is, we have taken a vessel. Okay. This experimental demonstration is to understand the pressure of a liquid. So we are taking a vessel, we are filling it with liquid. Okay, we are filling this with liquid. So in this one, the liquid will exert pressure. So this liquid will exert pressure. This side of the wall, the other side of the wall, everywhere, because a glass doesn't have two walls only. The area is circular, so it will exert pressure on each and every part of the wall, even downwards. So it will exert pressure on every side of the wall where the liquid is kept. Now, the next thing what we do is, we make hole on this wall at different point. Suppose we make a hole this side. In this side, we make a hole over here. We make another hole this side and another this side. So if you make 3 holes in that container, what will happen is the liquid will try to come out of that hole. It will spurt out of the hole. Now, over here. Suppose from this hole, which is the topmost hole, okay, this is the topmost hole, the liquid falls at this point of the ground. This is what experimentally we can see. If you have any plastic bottle, we can put some water and you can make some hole and see what happens. If you make a hole over here, the water will flow over here. Okay, somewhere at this. This is the surface, so the water will flow over here. Now, this is another hole. Now, you can imagine, will the water flow at the same point? No. Because of the pressure over here, this water from this hole will flow a little bit far from this point. Okay, it will flow a little bit far from this point. Again, if you move further down, then from this hole, the liquid will flow far away from even the second hole. Okay, so from this hole, it is flowing nearer to the vessel from the second hole, little bit far away from the first hole, and in the third one it is flowing far away from even all those holes. So from here what we understand is, as we move on, like if the depth of this increases, okay, the depth of the water in a vessel is denoted by H. Every time remember this alphabet. H means depth of the liquid. Now from where we are measuring the depth of the liquid is from this distance. This is H. For the first hole, this will be the H. This will be the height. We don't measure from the bottom. Every time we measure it from the free surface, from where the liquid is not there. From here the liquid ends, and from here we'll measure the height. Now for this hole, this will be your H. And for the other one, the last one, third one, this will be H. So from this experiment, what we can conclude is, as we move on further down below, the pressure of the liquid increases. So the pressure of the liquid increases like this. Okay. So pressure increases. From this is what we are trying to study from the experiment. So what are the things on which the pressure of the liquid or the fluids depend on? So for now we are only discussing about liquid. You also know that gases also come under the category of fluids. Now, in your book there is a small portion, the derivation of formula for pressure. That derivation is actually not required for you all, but you only need to remember the formula. So from there, the formula of pressure in a liquid, formula of pressure in a solid was thrust per area, that we have done in the previous class. But for liquid, the formula of pressure will be H, rho and G. Okay, this will be the formula of pressure for a liquid. Now I'll explain you what are these factors. P stands for pressure. P stands for pressure. H, I have already told you, H means the depth. Okay, it is the depth of the liquid, and it has to be measured from the surface itself. This rho over here is the density of a liquid. This is density of a liquid. Now density also has got one formula. Density is equals to mass divided by volume. Now density in general, how we can understand density is how thick or how thin a liquid is. That way you can understand what density is. Okay. So now pressure also depends upon the density. Now you might be thinking liquid, because every liquid doesn't have the same density. If you imagine of the cooking oil which we use in our home and water, they both are not of similar density. The density is different. Even the sea water, the river water, they are both waters, but still they differ in density. They don't have the same density. You need to remember that. So pressure depends upon density as well. Third factor is gravity, acceleration due to gravity. Acceleration due to gravity is the gravity of the earth. Now generally in the surface of the earth, we take the gravity as the same number or the same value. That is 9.8 meter per second square. This will be the gravity at the surface of the earth. But if you go into different places, like in different planets all over the space, the gravity is not the same. It is different. But for our calculation, we generally do it considering the surface of the earth, so it will be 9.8, or sometimes it is taken as 10. So the pressure in fluids, the formula is this: P is equals to H rho G, and these things are depth, density and gravity. So these are the three factors on which the pressure of a liquid depends on. You need to remember, many times this question will be asked, this type of question, to write down the factors on which the pressure of a liquid depends on, or pressure of a fluid depends on. So at that point of time, you have to write it depends upon depth, density and gravity. Now, there are certain things on which the pressure does not depend. Okay, first one is the shape and size of the vessel. Okay, whatever the shape and size of the vessel be, it does not affect the pressure. First thing is that. Second one is the area of surface in which it acts. That means what area it is being kept, or what will be the surface area of that liquid, or at what area it is acting upon. So that also does not affect the density or pressure of the liquid. Now there are a few laws of liquid pressure. So this law you need to remember. Whatever we have discussed till now, the same thing has been written in the form of law. So first one is, inside the liquid, pressure increases with the increase in depth of its free surface. So inside a liquid, the pressure increases with the increases in depth. So it means this is h is the depth, as the h increases, the pressure also increases. It means as we go beneath the water level, below the water level, the pressure also increases. That is the first law. That means whenever h increases, pressure increases simultaneously. Second one, in a stationary liquid, pressure is same at all the points in a horizontal plane. Now, we'll consider one horizontal plane. Suppose we consider this plane. Okay, only this point, this plane. So, pressure at every point in this plane is same. So, if you make a hole over here, at the front side of the vessel or the back side of the vessel or this side of the vessel, the pressure or the water which flows out of this will be at the same distance. From here also it will flow the same distance in the front. From here also it will flow in the same distance that side. So pressure at one plane will be the same at every point. Pressure at this plane over here will be same at each and every point. But this plane and this plane, they have different pressure, but any point on this plane, okay, point means a very small area, that will be same throughout. The third one, pressure is same in all direction about a point in a liquid. Okay, the same thing has been taken in terms of a small point. Suppose we take this small point over here. Suppose we make a hole this side. If the water flows from this area, this side, and this in front or in the back in any direction, if you make hole in any direction, the pressure from this point will be same. The pressure of the liquid will be same. It doesn't mean that if you make a hole over here at the same point, from here the pressure is less, from here the pressure is more. That doesn't happen. From one point, the pressure of the liquid will be same, which is coming out of that vessel. Now the fourth one. Pressure at same depth is different in different liquid. It increases with the increase in density of the liquid. That is, we have already discussed from the formula over here. Pressure depends upon the density. Suppose we take two different vessels. In one we put some oil, a thicker oil, one water. Then the pressure of the liquid coming out of that vessel will be different because of what thing? That is the density. Because of the density, the pressure will be different. The last one is, a liquid seeks its own level. The liquid has got its own level. Okay. Now, some of the consequences of liquid pressure. In your syllabus, there are two consequences. Rest you can study by yourself. I'll discuss the first one. First one is, the wall of a dam is made thicker at the bottom. So you know that a dam is used to generate electrical energy using a hydropower dam or a power of a water. So in a dam, what they do is they store water and they let it flow through a dam. So if this is a dam, they store water over here. In this level, they store water. This is the dam. And after they store water for a while, what they do is they let it flow through a dam. So, which rotates the turbine, then the energy will be generated. Electrical energy or electricity will be generated. So, what they are saying is, over here, at this point, the thickness of the dam, it increases. It's thinner over here, but as we go on down, what happens? When we go on below the dam, the thickness of the dam increases. So, why is that so? Because we know that the pressure of the liquid at this point is not same as the pressure of the liquid at this point. We know that pressure at here is less than the pressure over here. The pressure generally increases. To hold this pressure of the water, to hold the force of the water, the dam has to make bit thicker at the bottom. Because this size of the dam will not be able to hold the pressure of the water which is there at this point. That is the reason why dam will be thicker at the bottom. But whereas the thinner side of the dam can hold the pressure over here, whereas this thinner side will not be able to hold the pressure of the water at this particular point. That is the one reason. Second one is diver's suit. Now the people who go on for diving in the ocean, their suit also is made up of different material. Why is that so? As we go on below the ocean or the sea level, the pressure of the water increases. Pressure is not same as the level of the ocean. It increases as we go on below the ocean. So what happens when a person with normal suit, they go inside the water, the pressure will increase and the pressure becomes more than their own blood pressure. So that will harm the body or the person. So for that particular reason, what they do is they wear a different type of a suit which is made up of glass reinforced plastic or cast aluminium. So wearing that suit, when they go inside the water, the pressure of their body is maintained and the pressure of the atmosphere is also maintained. So because of that, the oceanic pressure or the pressure of the ocean down below will not affect their body because of the particular suit. Or else, now why is that so? Why they have to do that so? Because the oceanic pressure at the depth of the ocean is not same at the surface of the ocean. So they need a special type of a suit. Okay, now till now whatever we have discussed, please do make a note of that, because in future the question will be from those topics, and in the next class we will start a new topic from the same chapter. This much for today. Thank you very much.